What up, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day. So, I want to talk about trusting your gut and the importance, the crucial importance of trusting your gut. I'm here in Arizona right now for an event and had some lots of deep conversations with people last night. And one of the things that came up for me really strongly was around that. Before I do that, I just want to tell you, like, I'm on a mission here to create a massive community of entrepreneurs who are driven from the inside, from the core, from their solar plexus, their heart, their gut, their center of power. We use the brain, right? Right brain, left brain, but we use it in support of our soul's mission, right? We're not just like mental beings. We're complete spiritual beings, and that's what we want to bring out into the world. But it requires a cooperation of all the parts of who we are. So that's the mission that I'm on, creating a billion-dollar company. So if you want to follow me on that journey and everything that I share as I learn how to do this, like follow along here. All right. So today's topic about trusting your gut. So I have hired very expensive consultants. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, maybe more. Has there been more ones that were more where I didn't cut off? I think that I might have capped out there. Where, but I hired these people to try to solve a problem, and my gut told me from the beginning that this was not a person that I should trust. This was not. There's something fishy about these people, or this person in each individual case. And then I managed to convince me that it was just me, and yeah, it was fine, and I should just, like, other people said nice things about them, and they seemed to be, you know, good people and could probably help. And also, like, I wanted to change, so I wanted something different, right? You're stuck in some area, you need change. Well, so sometimes you need to do something different. So I convinced me of all these kinds of things, and then ended up, like, not working, right? So I've gotten absolutely zero results from many of these engagements. And there's like at least a handful, probably more. And in every single instance, ahead of time, my gut told me this person is not it. This person is fishy. Something's wrong. Something's not quite right. It's not a fit for me. And I'm not blaming any of these people. I'm not saying any of these people are bad people or wrong people or anything like that. But just in terms of my gut telling me this is not a match for who I am. But notice the pattern here. Notice what happens. Our gut tells us something, and then boom, left brain, rational mind kicks in and starts to talk ourselves out of it. The number of times that happens to me is like crazy. It's mind-boggling. It's something I've really started to become aware of. Like, listen to that intuition. Listen to my gut. Like, actually trust it. I'll be like, yeah, it's that kind of move. Like, yeah, it's not important. Like, no, it's okay. Like, and when that comes up, it's like, wait, stop right there. Like, go back to the gut. What was that about for you? What was that about? What is there to learn from that gut instinct? Because our subconscious mind knows so much that we don't know, that we just don't have access to. We better fucking listen to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the damn thing. It's got all of your lifetime. It's got like your current lifetime. It's got all of your sort of past lives built in there, and it has access to the collective unconscious, right? It has active access to the collective mind. It has access to the entirety of the knowledge that exists in the universe through your intuition, through your subconscious mind, through your gut. So listen, maybe listen, right? Pay attention. So, you know, yeah, that mind override. There's a great book called The Gift of Fear. The Gift of Fear. And it talks about the importance of listening to that fear voice that tells you, oh, something's off. I shouldn't go down this alley. I shouldn't trust this person. I should probably. And the story, I haven't read the whole book. I just read the first chapter and I was like, I had nightmares after. So it opens with a story of a woman who enters her building one night after she's shopping. So she has these shopping bags, enters her building, and the door to the street is unlocked. And she's like, huh, that's odd. That doesn't normally happen. So right there, her senses are alerted. And then she overrides that. She walks in, checks, she looks around to see if anyone's there, don't see anyone, starts walking up the stairs. She's like up five, 6 flights of stairs. And then this man starts following her up. I get chills retelling the story. I'm sorry if I'm destroying your day, but this is important. It's freaking important. It's worth it. So, walks up the stairs. This man starts walking up behind her, and again, her fear senses are like, something's wrong. And then she drops something. He picks it up. And she's like, do you want help carrying? No, I'm fine. Drops something. He picks it up. Something, walks up and gives it. And she's like, but she overrides it. She overrides that fear response. And then he's like, what are you afraid of? Like that I'm some kind of serial killer or something? Like, and she's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm just being silly, whatever. And then like, she's like, she won't open the door with him there, but then she says that and she's like, all right, I'll just open the door. He's like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to come in. I'm not going to do anything. And so she opens the door, and then what happens? He slams into her apartment, shuts the door, slams her down, ties her up in her bed, rapes her, and then at one moment he proceeds to, she's tied up in the bed, been raped. He proceeds to go into the kitchen and put on music and close the windows. And then and he's told her like, I'm not gonna harm you. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna kill you or anything. He closes the windows, turns up the music. In that moment, she's like, fuck. Like again, so now her instinct actually kicks in, or she allows herself to hear it. And so while he's like rummaging around in the kitchen, she makes a mad dash to get out of there and get out of the apartment, and then hammer on the door to the neighbor's apartment, and she gets in there and she gets to safety. And I forget what happens now, if he's like caught or he flees or what happens, but like her overriding her gut instinct nearly got her killed and did get her fucking raped, right? Learn to listen to your gut. I'm not saying you're gonna get raped or killed if you don't, but you might. You very well might. There is this, you know, epidemic in our society of overriding gut instinct and telling ourselves that things that are clearly wrong, oh, they're okay and that's right, and yeah, it's just because this and that and this and the other thing, right? We talk ourselves out of things that are obviously wrong. On a gut level, it's just wrong. And we tell ourselves, no, it's probably just me, silly, silly me. There's a fairy tale that was written by one of my fellow countrymen from Denmark. His name is Hans Christian Andersen. I bet you've heard of him. He wrote a fairy tale called The Emperor's New Clothes. This fairy tale, which I'm sure you've all heard of, is so fucking prescient. It's insane. It's insane. The mob psychology is that 80, 90, maybe 98% of people will just follow along in whatever bullshit narrative we're being told and just believe in it, even though everything in the core of our body and our bones says, this is fucking wrong. This is fucking not right. We will talk ourselves out of it, and then we'll try to convince everybody else for fear that we're not, like, we get seen as being wrong and misunderstood and not qualified, not smart enough, or not fit for polite society, and like wrong or racist, or like whatever, like those labels that get thrown at people, right? We are so afraid of being seen as, in The Emperor's New Clothes, is like stupid or like not qualified for your job. Like, we're afraid of the fucking labels. We're afraid of the fucking labels. We're more afraid of the fucking labels than we are of being raped and fucking murdered or losing, tens of thousands of dollars or whatever the thing is. Like we can't survive if we don't reconnect with our instincts, with our gut. We won't survive if we don't. Like case in point, like Europe is anywhere from I think Denmark is. I saw a stat on Twitter the other day. Um, Denmark is like 15% people not born in Denmark right now. Like 15%, mostly Muslim immigrants. Muslim people, fine people, but different set of values from Christian Denmark and Europe, right? In France is like 30%. In Germany, I think is around 30% as well. And if you look at just pure demographics and birth rates, it's different cultures. It's just completely different cultures, different set of values, different set of beliefs. Like you can be a good person, but we just have different values and different set of beliefs, and it's not gonna mesh. It's not gonna mesh. We have different values really fucking matter, right? Values are incredibly crucial. Beliefs are really crucial. And so if things don't mesh, like, which they clearly don't, and then you have, you just look at demographics and you look at birth rates, and you can just see within 20, 30, 40, 50 years, European is going to be majority Muslim, right? What happens when it's majority Muslim? It's going to be like Sharia law and all that stuff. Like Europe is basically lost as the Christian world that we knew of, Christian rooted, right? It went like Christian, then atheism, and I was one of those people, like maybe like 15 years ago, where I was like, well, if the culture is too weak to survive, then maybe it shouldn't survive, and then just let some other people who have stronger beliefs come in here and wipe us out. Like I used to believe that, and I don't believe that anymore because I have actually gotten some self-worth now, which I didn't have before. And I think there's this weird, like deep core of lack of self-worth, which I'm going to do another video about how that happens, because that happens in your upbringing at between 1 and 2. Um, and and it's yeah, it's like groundbreaking. But then when you have that lack of self-worth combined with like lack of boundaries and all that stuff, like some other people who have stronger sets of beliefs are going to just walk all over you, and that's what's happening. And so yeah, in my lifetime, Europe as we know it is gone. It's just gone. Europe as we know it is gone. There's nothing like, it's very hard to see what can be done at this point, right? It's too late because the birth rates and the numbers and the demographics just doesn't work. And this all, like the suicide of Europe, this is literally Europe committing suicide in my lifetime. And we knew this. Like I grew up, I mean, we have had people who have been talking about this for decades, right? And warning about it and saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. Like if we continue down this path, this is what's going to happen. And you can think that's right or wrong, but and you can agree with it, disagree with it. That's not the point here. The point is that Europe decided to commit suicide as the Europe that we know today. And was that a conscious decision that people made? Or was that something that just kind of happened because we were too afraid of being labeled racist or not politically correct or, wrong or stupid or something, right? Was that it? Was it just the emperor's new clothes and then like boom, there went Europe? Yeah? Like I think that's what happened. I don't think it was a conscious decision that Europeans said, "Hey, we want this continent to be like entirely different, like totally different values, different religion, different people." Like when you import people, they might be good people, but even import people that are from a dysfunctional part of the world, then they're going to bring their dysfunction with them. It's not like the it's not like the letter, like a place is defined by its people, which are, and then by its culture and its values. So if you want like functional society, you want to bring people in, then bring people in who are functional from a functional society. That's just how that works, right? Kind of obvious, really. And this is like good, bad, right, wrong. You get to decide what you think. But my contention is that it wasn't a conscious choice by most of the people in Europe that said, we want to give this our countries, our entire continent away to people who have vastly, radically different beliefs and who don't respect us, right? That's what we want to do. Let's do that. Yeah, let's put that up to a vote. Let's see if we want to do that. I don't think that happened. I think it happened because we were taught to not trust our gut instincts, what our gut tells us. And this is why what I'm saying is it's fucking deadly. It is deadly. It will kill you. It will kill you if you don't learn to trust your gut. It's that fucking serious. So there you have it, people. Learn to trust your fucking gut. Learn to trust your gut and ignore all the other voices. Ignore all the voices of the people who are like blah blah blah, but this, that, and the other, and you're killing grandmothers or you're doing blah blah blah. Ignore all that bullshit because they're just the mob in the Emperor's New Clothes. That's all it is. It's just the mob in the Emperor's New Clothes. And here's the beautiful thing is it doesn't take that much to change the tide. It doesn't take that much to change the 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 energy of the crowd. So, um, if enough people just refuse to follow along, and if enough people demonstrate civil disobedience, then you only need about 2% of the population to go along with to show civil disobedience for things to tip. There's a TED talk by a lady, I forget her name, but it's like about popular uprisings, whatnot. And her analysis says that like 2%, I think it's 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure it's 2%, is enough. 2% just saying, I'm not going to comply. I'm not going to follow up along with this bullshit. I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to stop speaking up about things. 2% is all it takes to actually change things. So it'll be super interesting to see what happens in my lifetime. There's clearly an invasion here in America as well. Yeah, where's the West going? Because it ain't fucking looking good. I don't know what's gonna happen or what we're gonna do about it, but that's where we're at. It'll be very interesting. Best TV show on earth is what's happening in the real world, and it all comes down to trusting your gut, trusting yourself, valuing yourself. Really fucking learn to value yourself. You have worth. You have worth, irrespective of anything you do or say or any accomplishments or any of that shit. You have worth. You are worthy. That was the thing that tripped me up for so many years. But I'm telling you today, you are worthy of all of the love, all of the space, air, food, all the nice and beautiful things in the universe, peace, love, acceptance, harmony. You are worthy of all of those things. And I want you to get that. Really want you to get that. And your intuition is gold. Listen to it. Listen to it. Learn to value and cherish your intuition. All right, that's it. Much love. Have a fantastic Thursday. Yeah. Praying for all the people of the world. I want to see everybody just fucking happy. I don't care what race or religion or whatever you are, but I don't want to be around people who are violent. I don't want to be around people who are angry. I don't want to be around people who hate me or disrespect me. That's kind of like, I don't know if that's unreasonable, but that's how I choose to see life. So, you may have different criteria. You may have different opinions. We each get to choose. All right. Much love. Gotta bounce. See you. Bye.